Have you ever found yourself wondering if your relationship is truly working out? It's a question many of us have pondered in moments of doubt and confusion. Recognizing the signs that a relationship is not flourishing is crucial for personal happiness and growth. Whether it's a lack of respect, constant fighting, or simply a gut feeling, these signs serve as a wake-up call. So let's dive into this enlightening journey of self-discovery. Stay tuned as we delve into the 10 signs that might indicate it's time to part ways with your significant other. Sign number 1, you're always at odds. Now, it's perfectly normal for couples to argue from time to time. Disagreements are a part of any relationship. They can even be healthy, allowing both partners to express their feelings and work through differences. But when every conversation turns into a battle, it's a different story. If you're constantly clashing with no resolution in sight, it could be a sign of a deeper problem. Maybe you're not communicating effectively, or perhaps your values and priorities have drifted apart. Whatever the reason, this endless conflict is exhausting and damaging to both of you. It's like you're on a never-ending roller coaster, and not the fun kind. It's draining, it's disheartening, and it's not how a loving relationship should be. So if your relationship feels more like a war zone than a safe haven, if it's more battle than bliss, it might be time to reconsider. Sign number 2, respect has left the building. Respect is a cornerstone of any successful relationship. It's about valuing the other person's thoughts, feelings, and experiences. But when respect starts to fade, it can be a clear sign that your relationship is heading down a rocky path. You might notice that conversations often turn into arguments, with insults and belittlement replacing understanding and compassion. You may feel like your opinions and feelings are constantly dismissed, or worse, ridiculed. This can leave you feeling small, invalidated, and unheard. It's important to remember that everyone deserves respect in a relationship. Without it, the bond between you and your partner can quickly erode, leaving behind only resentment and bitterness. Love may be a vital component of a relationship, but it's not the only one. Respect is just as crucial. Without respect, love alone cannot sustain a relationship. Sign number 3, trust is a stranger. When trust becomes an unfamiliar concept in your relationship, it's a clear signal that things aren't going as they should. Trust is the thread that weaves together the fabric of any meaningful connection. If that thread starts to fray, the entire relationship can unravel. Trust issues often manifest as constant suspicion, a feeling of unease, and the inability to rely on your partner. This is not merely about them coming home late or hiding their phone, but a deeper sense of insecurity that makes you question their intentions and actions. The absence of trust can create a chasm between partners, making it difficult to maintain a healthy, fulfilling relationship. So if trust has become a stranger in your relationship, it might be time to question if this is a bond worth holding on to. Trust is the foundation of any relationship, and without it, the relationship is bound to crumble. Sign number 4, happiness seems to be a distant memory. When we think of relationships, we often imagine laughter, shared smiles, and heartwarming moments. But what if these moments of happiness have faded into the background? What if your relationship feels more like a chore, an obligation, rather than a source of joy? Indeed, it's normal to have ups and downs, to weather through storms and navigate through difficult times. However, when the scales tip overwhelmingly towards unhappiness, it's a sign that something needs to change. The absence of happiness in a relationship can be a glaring sign that it's time to reconsider your path together. Remember, your relationship should be a safe haven of joy and comfort. It should be a place where you feel loved, cherished, and above all, happy. If this is not the case, it might be time to reassess. After all, a relationship should bring joy, not just stress and sadness. Sign number 5, you can't find common ground. It's normal for couples to have disagreements from time to time. However, if you and your partner constantly butt heads and can't seem to agree on anything, this could be a sign of a deeper issue. Finding common ground is crucial in any relationship. It creates a shared understanding, a mutual respect for each other's perspectives, and aids in conflict resolution. But when you're always at odds and can't find that middle ground, it's like you're perpetually walking on a tightrope. It's exhausting, isn't it? This lack of harmony could be a symptom of incompatible values, goals, or even personalities. If you've tried to bridge the gap but the chasm remains, it may be an indication that your relationship isn't on solid footing. Remember, a relationship should be a source of joy, not constant conflict. If you can't agree on anything, it might be time to agree to part ways. Sign number 6. The future looks foggy. Imagine you're on a road trip, but there's no destination in sight. You're just driving, hoping to eventually end up somewhere, anywhere. That's what a relationship feels like when there are no future plans. You're just going along without any clear direction or end goal. But relationships, like road trips, need a destination. They need a plan. If you find yourself constantly worrying about the future of your relationship, or if you're unable to make any concrete plans together, that's a sign. It's a sign that maybe, just maybe, there's no future there. A healthy relationship should have a sense of forward momentum. It should feel like you're moving towards something, not just drifting aimlessly. If that's missing, if you can't see a future together, perhaps it's because there isn't one. Sign number 7, abuse is present. This is one of the most alarming signs that a relationship needs to end immediately. Abuse, whether physical or emotional, is not only damaging but also unacceptable. Physical abuse is often more apparent, leaving visible scars and marks. However, emotional abuse can be just as detrimental, if not more so. It can include manipulation, belittling, constant criticism, and control. This type of abuse can leave deep emotional scars, which can be harder to heal than physical ones. Remember, a healthy relationship involves respect, care, and kindness. It should never involve fear, pain, or degradation. If you or someone you know is experiencing abuse, seek help immediately. There are numerous resources and organizations ready to provide support and assistance. Remember, no form of abuse should ever be tolerated. It's crucial that we protect ourselves and others from harmful situations and advocate for healthier, safer relationships. Sign number 8. Honesty is a myth. When honesty becomes a fairy tale in your relationship, it's a clear sign that things are going awry. A relationship is a bond built on trust, and when lies and cheating creep in, that bond begins to crumble. It's like trying to hold water in a sieve. It just won't work. Lies have a way of creating a ripple effect. One lie leads to another, and before you know it, you're living in a web of deceit. Cheating, on the other hand, is the ultimate betrayal. It's a clear indication of disrespect and disregard for your partner's feelings. It erodes trust to a point where rebuilding it becomes an uphill task, if not impossible. So if you find yourself in a relationship filled with lies and cheating, it's time to reevaluate. A relationship built on lies is like a house built on sand. It cannot stand. Sign number 9. Love is missing. Love is the foundation of any relationship. It's the glue that binds two people together and the force that propels the relationship forward. But what happens when love is absent? When the butterflies in your stomach have all but flown away, when the spark that once ignited your passion is now just a smoky memory? What happens when you look at your partner and feel indifference instead of affection, apathy instead of attraction? This, my friends, is a clear sign that it might be time to end the relationship. Because without love, what are we left with? A hollow relationship, devoid of the warmth, the affection, the companionship that once made it worthwhile. When love is missing and you believe it won't come back, it's time to reassess the relationship. Without love, a relationship is just an empty shell. Sign number 10. Your gut says it's over. There's a reason why we often say, trust your gut. Our intuition is a powerful tool, informed by our subconscious mind, picking up on signals that our conscious mind might miss. In relationships, it can often act as an internal alarm system, alerting us when something isn't quite right. If you find yourself constantly feeling uneasy, anxious, or just having a sense that something is off about your relationship, it's time to listen to your gut. It's trying to tell you something. Your instincts can often see the truth before your heart is ready to accept it. It's not always easy to trust these feelings, especially when you're emotionally invested in a relationship. But remember, your intuition is there to protect you. It's a part of you that wants the best for you. Trust your instincts, they're often right. So, there you have it, the 10 signs that it might be time to part ways with your significant other. from constant fighting, lack of respect, trust issues, to lack of love and ignoring your instincts. All of these are indicators that perhaps a relationship isn't serving you well. It's important to recognize these signs and take them seriously for your own well-being. Remember, it's crucial to prioritize your happiness and emotional health. Don't be afraid to walk away if a relationship isn't serving you well.